Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aventina Mabunda, and the name of the show is The African Experience. You know, I'm not always by myself. I'm always with my co-host, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya, but now she's out in the world, changing the world, as you know how we do in this show. Today is a beautiful, beautiful show. I can promise you that we are talking about food. We are talking about meat. We are talking about everything indigenous. We are talking about everything that defines us as Africans. And you know what we always say? We are saying, if we can talk and inspire just one child to define their purpose and to run after it so they can tell their African story their way, we would have done our job in this show. So sit back, relax, and grab some popcorn or water or whatever drink you want to grab, and then let's enjoy this show together. So today we are talking to a powerhouse. You know, we specialize most in this show, Gadi Powerhouse. Today we have one such powerhouse. She will introduce herself shortly, but this is one person who is making inroads in farming, animal husbandry, you name it. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, I would want our guests to please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Thanks, Sis Amanda. Thanks for having me. My name is Mmatlou, born Selemela. I am a pig farmer, and I'm also a founder of Bomunu Farms based in Sewashi village next to Boyne, here in Limpopo, South Africa. At Bomunu Farms, we breed pigs, we grow them up to market stage, and I also train aspirant pig farmers and sell piglets. In addition to farming and training, I speak, I coach, and I do mentorship. I'm so passionate about Indigenous knowledge and climate smart initiatives. I'm a mother of three. Two boys and a daughter. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that. We are talking about an all-rounder today. We are talking about someone who's not only involved in the value chain of farming, growing them right until they're ready for market in terms of their pigs, but we are talking someone who's passionate about skills transfer. Now, you know that I'm very passionate about one. Each one teach one. So, Mmatlou, it's such an interesting name. Please tell us, is there a story behind your name, Mmatlou? It's such a big name.
Okay, thanks. Mmatlou is mother of an elephant. Ma Sepedi and Tlou, an elephant in Sepedi, which means I'm like a mother of an elephant. I'm the only child. I am named after one of the chiefs here in Limpopo, the chief's wives here in Limpopo. And my mother used to call me Tlou ya Mosadi. As I grew up as a young girl, I used to take it as a pet name, like how my mother loves me. Little did I know, and I realized only now as an adult, as an entrepreneur, that she was actually instilling the spirit of strength, of confidence, of wisdom, of resilience that we find in an elephant. So she was actually saying to me, you are an elephant. We drove, before Okaba Mosadi, before Okaba Mma. So I'm a female elephant, and I draw strength from that. She passed on.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a female elephant in studio today, talking to us about our health and welfare, including food and nutrition security. You know, the month of October is actually Food Security Month here in South Africa. So, welcome, Mmatlou, the mother of an elephant. Wow. You know, they always say there's always a story to a name. And I believe you're following in what exactly Mama used to tell you. So, you started your career as a qualified teacher, right? What inspired you to leave that? Excuse me, to leave that and to venture into agriculture. Agriculture is very hectic, but Wamudim, it's one of those difficult things that you don't know until you're actually in it. So take us through that.
I loved serving the nation through teaching, and I enjoyed it, and I believe I made an impact. But there's always been this fire in me to be an entrepreneur. That time I didn't know exactly what I should do. But as I matured, I remembered that at the age of 10, because my mother was a nurse from the then Gazankulu, but now based here in Limpopo, I mean, in different districts here in Limpopo, where it was called Liwa government. So I grew up in that era wherein our parents would choose families where we had to go play at. So you didn't just do play dates or pajama parties like it's done these days. So there was this specific family where I was allowed to go and play at. They kept pigs for subsistence living. And I was intrigued by the number of products that would come after they had slaughtered one pig. That would be fresh pork, that would be preserved pork soaked in fat, that would be cracklings, body and cooking butter. And I think it got stuck in my mind that this is something wonderful. We're slaughtering one pig, but we're getting many products out of it. So when I left teaching, that then I think the unconscious mind was now triggered to say, pigs, pigs, pigs. I did consult with my friends. I was told, no, they are dirty, they are stinky. How are you going to handle all the dirt? Only for me to realize after attending courses in pig husbandry that a pig is the cleanest animal. So it had to be pigs, and I'm happy, I'm feeling fulfilled because I believe this is where I was destined to be.
Oh wow, a pig is the cleanest animal. Bakhaiju, this is the first time I'm just picturing a pig now rolling in the mud. That's the picture that I have. So we will sure learn more about piggery. We will learn more about the different products. Now you are doing all that under the umbrella of your company, which is now Bomunu Farms. Am I pronouncing it right? What has your journey been like? Take us through the idea, conceptualization, right until now, packaging and deciding what your product will be, going to marketing, right until you are now selling to your clients. Take us through that journey with your Bomunu Farms.
It was I can say, exciting, tough, and fulfilling journey at the same time. As a teacher, though I had that experience at 10, I knew very well that sometimes to excel in something, you have to be practicing it for years, or you have to go and school yourself or be taught about it. So I had to go and attend a Peak Academy in Howick, Peter Marisburg in KZN. And there are some issues that I was really excited about, the number of piglets you can get. And to me, that meant money. And I came back, I sold my car and took my savings and put up a structure, bought a piece of land, put up a structure, and worked towards everything that would make my pig business a success. Why am I saying it's the cleanest animal? I was then taught at school, at the Pig Academy, that the reason why it's swimming in mud, the reason why it's ever rolling in mud, is actually its way of refreshing.
Mhm.
They're refreshing themselves. They don't have pause, so they want to breathe. They want a cooler place. They want to bath on daily basis. As a result, they are ever like rolling in mud because we are not providing that facility for them. We're not providing the ponds or just little dams for them to freshen up. So they are making a plan.
Oh, wow. We get learned every day. Thank you for that. So now going back to your Bomunu farms, now you have an idea. And I always say to people, once that bug, once that entrepreneurial bug beats, you cannot hide away from it. And it's the same with all the people that we call. Something just clicks on them and they know what exactly to do. So I hear you went and you sold your car. You sold a few things. I'm sure your family thought you were crazy. How was that feeling to you? Or did you feel like you're going crazy, or did you have doubts? How was that period of transition for you?
Remember, I'm an elephant. I'm drawing
Eh?
strength from an elephant. I don't, as much as I appreciate opinions. I saw that I delayed my passion, my business, my entrepreneurship journey by about 3 years because of consulting. And I had consulted people close to me, family, friends, that thought pigs are not like good for me. So this time I had to draw from that strength that I'm wise, I'm strong, I'll make it. I didn't consult. I just took my car for valet and made sure that it doesn't have any dents, and went to a dealership. The first dealership I went to, the car was bought, the money was transferred. Remember, I'm used to driving. I didn't even have cash on me. So I remember the manager there taking me to a taxi, and then I'm telling him, you know what? I don't have cash for taxi. I don't even know what the taxi fare is. And he asked me because he wanted another deal, what car are you buying? And I said to him, no, I'm buying pigs. And he said, no, that's the most clever idea. I like going to buy a car again. So I didn't consult this time. I felt and I prayed about it, thinking this is the God-given purpose. I'm going to do it and I'm going to make it. And I've qualified as a pig farmer, and I've got all the resources within me to make it in this industry, and I want to contribute.
Oh wow. With your answer, you're just confirming to me that, being in business or being self-employed or being an entrepreneur, in a way it's a calling, hey, because the stories are the same. There's a part or a point where it feels like you're actually losing your mind, and where it's just you and your God or whoever you pray to. There's always that. But one of our guests one day mentioned something about a godly idea. And when I look back, even the story, the trend, the theme to what we are talking about is actually also confirming that. So that is beautiful. So with the pig, I'm still intrigued about the pig, and I'm seeing a lot of people are excited. I see my co-host, hello, Dr. Hlami, she's saying, excellent show as always. I'm with you always in spirit. And she also even said that, what, I never knew that the pig is the cleanest animal. So this is what a true passion does to you. That's what she further says. I mean, Danisa Waka Kosa, this is one of our loyal listeners. She's saying, what, yeah, I want to go with Dr. Hlami as well one day, but she's also listening to this and she's loving the show. Tintswalo Irene Matebula evening says, see, thank you for tuning in, and says, Kensan Katinge, we see you. Mahasa Mtombeni is also with us. So a lot of people are interested. A lot of people want to hear. Maybe they also want to know how to start a piggery, how to become involved. Maybe while you try and explain to us how to do that, tell us through the products that you're currently doing with Bomunu Farms.
Okay. We sell piglets to aspirant to our graduates because we're doing training. So when they want to start, then we sell piglets to them. We also slaughter and process into fresh pork in our own butchery, and also sell to butcheries, especially during peak times and abattoirs.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you can see there's actually product diversification. That's what I love. You have one product, but you're making it into five or six products. That is what is called a business. I like that idea. So tell us something. You are also into indigenous way of farming. What is that? Take us through that.
Okay. Like I mentioned before, that the journey was exciting, tough, and also fulfilling. I met with challenges, only realizing while in the business that the feed cost is very high. And again, the pigs need warmth to grow. So we need a source of heat. And knowing the high cost of electricity, I had to research on how one can do it naturally, because I've been seeing them in villages, like foraging, going around and still looking healthy and happy. So what is it, Mmatlou, that you can do to mitigate the challenge of the feed cost? So in my research, I then found out that we can use pig waste as a form of energy to warm them so they can grow. So it was so interesting for me that we have discovered another freebie. Indigenous things goes with lots of freebies. So we had this free commodity called methane that can be turned into a biogas, where then you heat the pigs for growth. The waste can also be directed to the garden. So we have vegetables that are healthy, organic, natural, and then we sell them so we can get money to feed the pigs. We
Oh,
can
wow.
also produce maggots, which are worms that we get from the pig waste, and then we feed them to indigenous chicken for natural high protein eggs that we sell to come
Oh,
and
wow.
feed the pigs. So it was a whole like secular movement within the farm, each one feeding another, each commodity feeding, and all that from waste, which is free.
Wow, that's a brilliant, brilliant concept. I hope if there's anyone out there who wants to get into piggery, they can see, because most cases, say Mmatlou, you'll hear people say, yeah, but it's expensive. But already you can see in this value chain that you have just explained, you are using natural organic resources to feed one after the other, making byproducts that you are able to sell. People are benefiting, people are eating healthy, and you are also in business, meaning that you're making money. That is beautiful. On that note, I'm loving where this conversation is going. On that note, I will request that we go for a short break, grab a glass of water, and we'll be back soon. Let's go for an ad break. Welcome, welcome back. The show is the African Experience. My name is Aventina Mabunda, and today on this food security, what a way to kickstart the food security month. You know, we are talking to a powerhouse. We are talking to the mother of an elephant, Mandlovu. Manandlovu. We are talking to Mmatlou. This is a lady who's doing wonders in animal husbandry. She's focusing on piggery. And before we went to the break, we were talking about indigenous way of farming, which I hope someone is learning that it's not expensive. Just go after your passion. I see here my Dr. Hlami, is saying what I'm learning here is that when you invest in your own development, you will do it with passion, and you will do whatever it takes. So these are great lessons to anyone who's listening and thinking, I'm gonna give it a shot. Even your kids, I see here Miss Shiburi say, Mommy, she's she's so proud of her mom. I see Nyeleti Dorin Chauke saying, great woman doing an excellent job. Cecil Rulani saying, entrepreneur of note, says Mmatlou, and she is persistent in what she does. And now we have learned, says Rulani, actually that it comes from the name that her mother that she was given when she was born, Mmatlou. So persistence goes with that. So you know what? We are really learning, and we are hoping that someone is getting inspired to go start something. Now, in the food industry, Ceci, in the food industry, if there's one industry that is highly regulated, one industry where there is this legislature here, there's this food safety standard here that you need to comply with, it's the food industry. And it makes sense because you don't want to make food that will make your customers sick. So it makes sense, although sometimes it feels very, very hard to make it because of this. How do you ensure food safety in your farm?
Okay. Let me start by giving another lesson that I always hear people like commenting when you tell them I'm a pig farmer. They say you must be a rich person because pigs eat anything. No, pigs don't eat anything. They eat a balanced diet: 60% protein, 60% carbohydrates, a certain percentage of protein, vitamins, and minerals. So they don't eat anything. If we have to feed waste, it has to be safe waste that we can also consume as humans. So that then means we need to find ways to produce food, safe, clean food for them. Not even soil from hospital restaurants and what, something that you can eat yourself, can feed to a pig. They'll just eat because now they are hungry. So to ensure that then we implementing these methods of planting, always planting, because we're also taking care of the environment by reusing the waste. That is another area that is seriously regulated on how are you then disposing of your waste, especially with about 5 to 10 kilograms of waste per pig, depending on the size. So we have to now to clean, recycle the waste into clean organic manure, so we can have clean organic vegetables, either to sell and buy feed or to feed back to the to our pigs. And we also make sure that they are in a clean environment, because we love the waste. We have to take it out, except for the welfare of the pigs. Now we it's something that we love. I won't say even more than pigs, but we have just discovered a commodity that we can equate to the gold of the farm, because now we're getting many byproducts from that. And they're also helping us as maintain the piggery.
Wow, this is true ownership of the value chain. And I see Sis Danisa saying, I'm taken. I love the commodity value chain. And we welcome Mrs. Tsakan Mabasa to the show, one of our loyal listeners. We see you, Ceci, and she's saying, brilliant show. You can see there is an interest. Gauging from the comments that are coming through, there is an interest in piggery, in any form of farming. So now, tell us, when you are doing this, you mentioned something about about training other people to get into the space or the sector that you're in. When you are doing that, what sort of topics do you train them on, or what does your training involve when you're training someone who comes and say, look, I'm quite intrigued with what you do, and really I want to also have my own or continue my family farm with piggery or goat or whatever it is? What is it that you train them to do?
We train them on 7 important areas of raising a healthy pig within the time that will be economic for the business. That would cover feeding, shelter, the welfare, managing diseases, biosecurity, market, different areas of market, because we also have a challenge as smallholder farmers to keep up with the demand from the market, because pigs are so much in demand that you find that abattoirs want about 150 up to 500 a week, but at smallholder level, it's not that possible at the moment. But as we grow, we will achieve that. So we teach our aspirant pig farmers about other areas in which they can sell their fresh pork or make relationship with abattoirs that are near them. So those are the topics that we will cover. We also encourage indigenous methods. We also encourage them to look for solutions. Like let me give an example. Since 2020, we trained 68 up to date, and 16 of them are participating in the market. One lady, because she was so disturbed by having to find saw shavings for pigs to be home, and also because she wanted to control the smell, which I take as a smell of money. To me, I'm not worried about the smell. When I hear that smell, to me it says this is money. This is how money smells. But if someone was disturbed by that, she went on to look for natural methods to operate an odorless piggery. By using citrus waste. She had to soak it and then put it as acidic as it is. It would make sure that the ammonia is not that active. So we also encourage them to research and learn about natural methods to run their piggeries. And I'm so glad that we are harvesting from our neighbors, other African countries, especially West Africa. There's lots of innovation there, and we try by all means to implement what they're doing so we can have less costs running our piggeries.
Oh, wow. This is so insightful. I'm learning a lot. And what I love in particular is that you are very innovative. I mean, using orange peels to take away the smell. Wow, wow, wow. And I see a lot of people are saying, yes, I love the idea of the smell of money. I'll go for the smell of money any day. And I see Salome is saying, your organic farming started very small, Sese, and it grew into a big concept. Your humble nature really, 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 is serving you. So she's saying, grow, piggery, grow. And I agree with that. We also have Mfundi Sitsila here saying, you know what? It's very wonderful. I like goat farming. So I'm sure animal husbandry, you can share a few insights. You can share, a practice, and then insights as to how to go about that. A lot of people are saying we want your contact details. Good people, even if you can just Google right now. You just need to plug in Bomunu Farms. You will see she will pop up, and all the beautiful work that she's doing is actually will come through. On that note of the smell of money, before we go for an ad break, please tell us why you like the behind of the pig. Please tell us about that.
One is a free commodity that's got so much value, that brings money as manure, as a source of magos, as a source of energy. We can actually, with large amounts of waste, we can operate our piggeries 100% of the grid because of the energy that we'll be getting from the biogas. So there's lots of freebies with waste. I don't want to say I'm falling in love with the waste more than pigs, because pigs are the primary commodity.
Oh my goodness, I like that. Guys, she likes the behind of a pig because that's a money maker.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope people are learning as much as I am. This is just on another level. And on that note, don't go anywhere. We need to go for an ad break. And when we come back, we will hear a lot more interesting stories coming from Mmatlou. Stay tuned.
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With NutriBoost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high-fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Before we went on an ad break, we were talking about the behind of a pig being a moneymaker because the waste is actually what kickstarts all these things, all the products, all the byproducts to also become manure for the indigenous vegetables and fruits. You know what? You are putting a twist into this piggery business, and I'm falling in love with it. And I see other people. Takani is actually laughing. She said, wow, the pigs behind is the money maker. So I'm happy we are talking to you, Mmatlou. And then before, I want us to also if we can, DJ Messi, I think now is the proper time for us to actually showcase her website. If we have her contact details to also flight them. But other than that, Ceci, please tell us if someone is keen, because I can already see here a few candidates you have. They say we want to come and learn, even if it's to come and see what you're doing for inspiration. How do we get hold of you?
Okay. Our website is www.bumunufarms.mytrend.co.za, and we also on Facebook, Bomunu Farms, Instagram, Bomunu Farms. Simple as that. That's how we can get hold of us. And for those that want to join us in the piggery business, we'll be resuming with our training sessions next year. Dates to be announced.
Wow, that is. But Ceci, no, now you know I went on your social medias and I also went on your website before the show. You are so humble about what you are actually doing. I would urge everyone who's listening to actually go in there, check their socials. You will see that this lady is so big, and yet she is so humble. And on that note, please tell us about the awards or the accolades that you have received from the work that you do, so that someone can, get inspired from that. Please take us through the awards.
Oh, okay. I started farming in 2017. 2018, I won Female Farmer of the Year subsistence farming, which is backyard farming at municipality and district level. And by then, I was still operating from home. Please don't tell. I kept pigs in the backyard. I was still learning and still preparing the farm, and that's how like passionate I was. I felt I couldn't just stay and wait for the farm, so I kept them as pets in the backyard, and I won an award because I was also doing um, quail farming. But as I said, because now the idea was just in my unconscious mind that I have to do pigs, pigs now was like our main commodity. So in 2018, again, I entered for a program, entrepreneurial program. It was for youth. I was the only adult there. I pushed my way in. I convinced the organizers that I'm the rightful person, even if I'm older than 35. I was there and I won the best pitch audience voted.
Oh, what?
And out of all the youth and young people that were meant to be in the program, I was the winner with white cap, and I won. I got an award and also a sum of money. So then I was then encouraged to keep on researching and looking for programs that can equip me now as an entrepreneur, because I have the skills for pig husbandry, but then I need skills for entrepreneurship, and for that then I think the universe was following. Now I would when as I opened my laptop and Google, they would just pop up and I'll be selected. 2019, I was selected for the gear program, which is organized by Indalo Inclusive South Africa, which is an organization and an NPC that is focused on entrepreneurship that are in green initiatives. They are promoting that, and then we were given entrepreneurial content, and we went through the whole program, and I won an award to go into the second level, which is now Siagia Indalovator. And the first one was Siagia Indalovator, and now I went to a second level, which is Indalo Grow. Now I have to go into the A team. We have to go commission, and they're so keen to help me. They are powered by Netbank. Netbank is also on green initiative. This is a green bank. It's also seeing the color. And I won all those awards with the amounts and the non-financial support that I'm still in even today. I could actually turn our garage into a butchery because of Siagia powered by Netbank. I was selected for the Grasa Machel Women Creating Wealth, and I served in the agribusiness unit. I also served in the Ignite, hence I'm saying I've got friends, sisters all over Africa, and I'm learning from them. I'm using the opportunity, we're bonding, we're talking, I'm asking questions. So I was in the Ignite Zaguza program based in Ghana. So the list goes on. I'm already like, sometimes I even feel like I'm being forward to the level at which I am.
Oh, wow. This is so beautiful. You know, even your face glows up when you're talking about this, the passion. And I like that you bulldozed your way into a youth theme that talks to the Mmatlou in you. It actually came out and I said, no, 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 no. This is my space and I'm taking over. And you took over, which is so beautiful. Remember, we spoke about your name following you earlier on. That was you being followed by
Yes,
your name. Thank you.
yes.
And on that note, as a follow up question, Ceci, are you getting assistance from any government departments? Because you know, as entrepreneurs, the journey can become hard, the journey can become confusing at times. You should check yourself and whatnot, doubt yourself sometimes. Do you belong to any particular organization that you would advise someone who's aspiring to go into that space to connect with for just support, even if it's non financial and financial support?
Okay. When I mentioned my awards and achievements, I'm sorry I skipped because I'm looking all over, and I skipped my home, University of Limpopo, the Rural and Innovation Hub. I'm part of that. I'm also facilitating in entrepreneurship program for them. I'm helping with other facilitators. So we're also helping other farmers to improve, to run now their farms as agribusiness. So that also gave me an opportunity now to get in touch with the researchers for the products that are indigenous products that I observed can be helpful, can be used as feed supplements that I observed on farm, that always when we take the pigs out, maybe for sunshine, they run to this flower, they run to this plant. So now I have that relationship. Now the researchers, the technology station is so excited about it. So we have created a relationship with the technology station in University of Johannesburg and University of Limpopo. University of Limpopo is for food, so they'll be testing the indigenous
Oh,
plants that can
wow.
be used for pig growth, and the University of Johannesburg Pit Unit, which is a technology station on energy, they're helping us with the biogas and an integrated system, like a hybrid system where we can use different forms of energy, solar, wind, pig waste, so we have a powerful source of energy. In terms of government funds, um, what I want to share is that we are many, and I think the resources are not enough for all of us. So if you want to be there, I think show up, do something, convince through your actions. Don't just have a business plan, a shiny, bankable business plan. They want to come and see, what have you done? What is it that you're doing? Self. What are you sacrificing? So that's a way of attracting funds, but it's not as easy as we think. I believe maybe it's because the resources are not enough for all of us.
Wow, that was a mindful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping you are also learning here. It's good enough to have an idea, beautiful concept about the business that you want, but you need to actually, you know what, bring it up and actually show up like she is saying. And I like, Ceci, what you are saying about bringing academia into your business space, bringing research into this. I mean, the academic space, the universities add a lot of value as far as access to market is concerned. So you're not only focusing on your beautiful product, because in most cases we have people with beautiful products but they struggle with access to markets, because other than them having a beautiful product, you find that the product is not tested, the product, there are no testimonials for it, all those kind of things are lacking. So I like how you are well rounded in your business case. And I see here Shoni Pan, and I agree 100%. She's saying not waiting for a farm, but started with or without it. This is very inspirational, and I agree 100%. Sometimes you need to start with the little that you have. Ceci, backtrack a bit. You mentioned something about a butchery. When I want to buy your products now, where do I go?
We normally advertise on WhatsApp and other social media forums that we have that we sort out because we sell freshness. Our value proposition is about freshness. We don't slaughter and keep pork in deep freezers or not. We're selling fresh. So we slaughter according to orders. So as soon as we slaughter, then we announce, and then people place orders. We then slaughter according, and then everything is finished so that next week we can do fresh pork. So that's how we're doing it at the moment. And also we supplying one Chisanyama and one butchery. The abattoirs call us when they are sort of desperate for pigs, which is another dynamic in the pig business, but we're pushing on.
Oh wow, this is brilliant. Tell me, I saw you were doing something with the ladies from Ghana. Any possibility of exporting to other neighboring countries in the near future?
Okay. We are in the process, we are in the stage of growth wherein our farm has to be certified. We need a bigger farm. For this, we need investors. We want to go, like I always tell my friends these days, that now I want to go into the A team. We have to be commercial. We need to have a bigger land where we can then have either POC 360 certified or high health farm. But this one is going to be different. We're going to use indigenous feed, tested, researched, standardized, commercialized, because we are in relationship with researchers in our local universities. So this is going to be a different commercial farm, wherein then we will be able to export because our farm will be certified and also with natural methods. Even the energy, everything, we're going to operate 100% of the grid. We're still looking for investors for this because this is huge. There's one abattoir here home, just opposite where I am now. As I was passing, I said, okay, then I'm drawing the energy because they're looking for 500 pigs from us weekly,
Oh
every
wow.
week, so that
Wow.
we can't do for now.
Mhm,
But as I'm saying, we're in the growth stage. And thank
mhm.
you again to Dr. Hlami for exposing our farm, believing in us, seeing that seed and helping us grow. We have
Oh,
germinated already. We are in the growth stage. Now we need serious fruit. Thank you
oh
so much.
wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is so beautiful, from your mouth straight to God's ears. So, in a short space of time, we'll be celebrating you having that farm the way you see it in your mind. Well, people are so keen. Even Pastor Strike is saying, wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is so great. I actually want to go for this training. So, Ceci, that academy, please oketša dilo tsa gago. Let when you open next year, I promise you have your learners already lining up for you. You know what, we need to go for an ad break. When we come back, we will carry on. I always say, whenever we are having fun, time just seems to fly. But let's go for an ad break, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, all right. I don't mind, DJ Messi. If we don't go for an ad break, we can just continue because there's a lot that we need to, that we actually need to cover. So now we always ask our guests on this show, what do you see in the future? What does your next 5, 10 years look like for Mmatlou? Okay, so it seems to me that um, we are just off with Mmatlou, so we can continue. We can continue chatting, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go to our chat box and see what people are saying. People are very impressed with the work that Mmatlou is doing, and people want to learn. So let's be on the lookout. Remember her website. Just Google Bomunu Farms. You will see the stuff that they are doing, a whole lot more. She's not actually sharing half the things, ladies and gentlemen, that she's doing. They are doing a lot of things. You just need to follow them. And let us start buying from them. Let's order. Harina le mekete. When we have lots of things, let's order from them. Let's support one of our own. Let's support this dream. Now we want to start exporting to the SADC market and everywhere else in the world. So I see you're back, Mama. We are now talking about your future plan, and you have already alluded to those because you actually took us through how you want to grow the farm. But besides that, including the training component of Bomunu Farms, what are your 5 to 10 year plans?
One is to have and operate that farm where we will, in the first stage, operate with 1,100 sows, which are mothers, so we can have the 500 pigs a week. At this time, we want to include other people so they can benefit from there. Our facility is going to be in such a way that we're only going to get our money at winner level, where after 4 weeks, wherein they have to go into growth stage. From growth stage, now we'll be selling to potential growers, but the pigs will be housed in our piggery for biosecurity, for disease management, and then we can connect them to market. So they can just pay management fees. So we including other people to benefit from the piggery, but we're only going to do up to winner stage. We get our money, then they start their feed. Fortunately, by then, I think we'll be having a affordable, indigenous, cheaper, affordable, quality feed because we have started with research now.
Oh wow. I love there's something that they call local beneficiation. You don't let anything go to waste. And I figure with what you're doing, it benefits the local youth. I'm sure you hire them and you train them with the academy. This is really talking to what we are trying to do as a country of now creating employment and job opportunities via being entrepreneurs, being self employed, and coming up with our own African solutions for African. Uma TD so is actually saying, you know what, this is very, very impressive. This is very impressive, and I'm sure everyone in this show agrees with that. And on that note, right, how do you unwind? There's a lot of things after dealing with the smells, the money smells, after dealing with the pigs and all these things. How do you unwind and how do you become now present? I know with your 2 boys and a girl, how do you balance all those things?
Fortunately, my kids are adults. The first one is 35 and 28 and 22. So I have all the time to myself to thinking and rethinking the business and rethinking Africa at the same time. I didn't mention earlier that we've just registered an NPC wherein we want to empower youth and other women. We're not excluding our male friends and brothers, wherein they will be exposed to climate smart initiatives where they can plant or do vermiculture worms. And we see with the involvement of the universities, if that can be dehydrated, dried, and preserved as feed, so that we can't do on our own. It's going to be too much on our plate. So the NPC will be taking care of that. And if there are any funders interested in contributing towards this, please approach us. We want to empower the youth. We want them to be positioned in the value chain of this future. So how I unwind, I'm a very adventurous person. I love outdoors. I also love spending time by myself. I enjoy myself. And if I want to do outdoors, I'm in groups of hiking. I go for hiking, I go for waterfalls, we go for camping. I meet with friends when I want to. Not that I'm forced. When I want to, then I make time for like girls outings and all that. So, but hiking and waterfalls, I'm the person. I actually heal. I renew my mind and my body and spirit, especially through playing with water, especially natural water. I also love succulents. I'm not sure if the pictures are being shown there. I love propagating succulents. Also because they are water-wise, they don't need lots of water and attention. They also clean the environment and everything green, organic, indigenous. I love, because those are like natural plants that don't need even fertilizers.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. We're actually seeing your pictures here and they look stunning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree with me. Today we have a well rounded somebody who's got her ducks in a row. This is Mmatlou, who decided to chase after her passion. She went out and she studied and she did research and she networked with the academic space, and she is growing steadily but surely. And you can see from this, the sky looks so bright. And I'm hoping that, you know what, 2 or even 12 months from now, we'll call you back and you'll have even more inspiration for us to follow on those footsteps. You know, I like the way you are structured with your things. You know what you're doing from farm to fork. You know the next steps and you know what needs to happen. All the innovations that you're talking about, using what you have, the behind of a pig being now a money maker, that is something that is out of the box. And I'm so happy that we have you in studio. Hlonipani still says the fact that you're even giving back makes you a remarkable woman. We need more attention to our youth. Thank you for taking them along. That is a masterpiece. I love that. And you know what? We thank you for that. And on that note, this is Food Security Month. You know, the month of October. Last year, Department of Agriculture actually adopted it and launched it as Food Security Month in South Africa. What do you want to tell the listeners about that?
We can grow our own food.
Mhm.
We can use our indigenous knowledge. We can harvest from people that practiced it. There are still some elderly people left. We can go ask from them, how did you do it? How did you have milk, cheese,
Mhm.
meat, vegetables? And food was just in abundance. So can we harvest from that and also go to a level of commercializing the indigenous knowledge?
Wow, that is so beautiful. I cannot thank you enough, Ceci, for showing up today and for coming and sharing, you know, so openly your journey, your story, how you started and how you are going and your aspirations into the future. So in our show, we always have what we call parting shots. So before you leave, if there's anything that we could have left out during the show, or if there's anything that you want to share that is personal, does not even need to have anything to do with what you're doing, but something that you feel in your spirit you want to share with the listeners, this is the time for your parting shot, sis.
Okay. I thank you. As much as there are good things in entrepreneurship, it can be a lonely journey. It can be a tough journey sometimes. Don't quit. Just create a community of supporters. Create a community of friends. Know and how to balance yourself spiritually, emotionally, and physically. If it needs exercise, please exercise. If you need to speak to a friend, have those people readily available. Have that reliable crowd around you. So the day you feel lonely, you feel sad, you feel like things are not moving, 2 pigs were stolen, and what, you have someone to talk to, and appreciate that loyalty. Keep that relationship. Don't just call the day you need help, or the day you need. So give so it can be given back to you. Create that community of support and love, so that your personal and your business life thrive. And I
Wow.
appreciate all those that are in my life. I've got very wonderful, caring people, mentors, coaches. Dr. Hlami being one of them, believing in me, taking me even outside of South Africa for conferences and what, because of what she saw in me, the light in me. I never thought, I didn't believe I could be in the forums that she's taking me to, but I see that she's seeing something in me. So I appreciate that. And all the community, my family, my children, thank you very much for walking this journey with me. So entrepreneurship, as much as it can be fulfilling, however lonely, tough it is, we can still move on.
Oh, wow. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, and in her own words, give and it shall be given back to you. Create and surround yourself with a beautiful support system, because the entrepreneurial journey can be lonely sometimes. Thank you so much. And before we go, Ceci, we are at the end of our show. I'd like to thank our producers, DJ Messi in studio with you, and Pastor Strike too. Thank you for a beautiful show. Until next week, stay tuned. We'll be bringing you yet another powerhouse next week. So thank you to our viewers and listeners and people who tuned in. And then next week, it's another great show. Stay blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Streaming 24/7. 24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana, oh Afrika nakupenda sana.